Both Cincinnati City Manager and the man in charge of Council's Law and Public Safety Committee say the police chief has communication issues.
Christopher Smitherman puts it simply. He calls communication between the chief and his captains and assistant chiefs dysfunctional. Local 12's Deborah Dixon spoke to Chief Blackwell today about his future.
I have full intentions of being the police chief here. I absolutely love my job. I love this city. We are doing great things.
Police Chief Jeffrey Blackwell says he doesn't want to talk about that whole resigning thing. He's got work to do. Some of it is what city leaders want him to work on.
There appear to be some communications and morale issues. Nothing that I believe is of a fatal nature, but it's going to require that we spend some time on it.
Law and Public Safety Committee Chairman Chris Smitherman says he's talked about all this before. He says the chief doesn't meet with or communicate to his command staff, some of the smartest police minds in the country who teach other departments about Cincinnati's initiative to reduce violence and put Cincinnati way ahead of the country when it comes to data-driven policing.
When the command staff isn't communicating effectively, then it puts, I think, all of the citizens of Cincinnati at risk.
Over the 2 years I've been here, we've had the lowest crime in the history of Cincinnati police. 10-year low right now. Now we know we're in a spike, but overall we're down in every category.
What I'm speaking about has nothing to do with criminology. It has to do with leadership and running a department. And what I'm asking for, which I think is very reasonable, is that our chief communicate with his command staff.
Smitherman also wants the chief to reconsider how it deploys officers. Numerous cops are in special assignments and not on the streets.
I take a little bit of umbrage with his suggestions about what I should be doing. Maybe he should just worry about being a city council person. You cannot go back to traditional policing and just have cops in cruisers and think that is going to solve the issue. That takes us back 30 years in policing.
The city manager is concerned about now. He's asked the chief for a 90-day plan to deal with violent crime, and that could help with that whole communication thing.
It'll force a sort of a collegial, collaborative internal exercise to make certain that everybody's on the same page.
Rob, when I talked to Smitherman out here in his office on Daly Road, 5 minutes after we left, after we pulled away, gunfire, and he called and said there's been a homicide right outside my door. We were so close in being here when that happened that our car pulling away is on the security video police are using. And it's sort of, it's what he's thinking about. It's what he's afraid of, is the spike in the middle of the day here on Reading Road with all these cars, all these people. It really sets off alarms. Now, this afternoon, Chief Blackwell did have a strategy session with the command staff, which is captains and assistant chiefs, to come up with that plan that Black wants him to come up with and present. A plan to deal with violent crime in the summer, Rob.
There's been chatter on the street, Deb, that the chief has been looking for work. Are you hearing any of that?
Well, he's the one who's brought up resigning twice, is what Smitherman says. I have not heard that he has any job offers. And if you take him at his word, he wants to stay here, and he loves his job and he loves being here. So we'll see what happens in the next few months, Rob.
All right, Deb, thanks very much. We'll let you know when the chief's ready to announce that 90-day strategy.